Hare Krishna. Success in one area of life doesn't compensate for failure in another area. Nowadays, many people have extraordinary professional success. Whatever they touch seems to turn into gold, and they are able to achieve things that dazzle their colleagues, impress their seniors, and evoke admiration, even adulation among their juniors. Now, despite there being such stars professionally, often they are failures familiarly. Their family is almost near a wreck. Maybe their spouse is unhappy with them, their children are addicted to dangerous self-destructive forms of behavior, and there is alienation in the overall family. If it is not ruptured already, it is on the verge of rupturing. And in such a situation, although their professional success gives them some solace, their professional success can't compensate for their family failures. So if one puts too much energy, and often this happens because they put so much of their time, energy, and heart into their professional work that they were not available for their family members when they needed them. And that caused disappointment, that caused frustration, that caused alienation. Eventually, it can cause family ruptures also. So, we need balance in our life. We cannot assume that just because we are fabulously successful in one area of our life, that makes everything all right, and other areas don't matter. Just as we need a professional personal balance in our life, similarly we need a material spiritual balance. Some people tend to equate the material with the spiritual. They think that if I am doing my family responsibilities well, if I'm good, if I'm taking care of others in whatever way I can, my dependents, then that itself is good enough. I don't need anything extra to do to devote myself to God, to facilitate, to promote my spiritual growth. However, such a notion is mistaken, because firstly we need to understand that material success in and of itself does not nourish the soul. The soul is not just some amorphous metaphorical reference for our non-material, for our vague sense of identity. The soul is a concrete higher dimensional being. It is the real I, and it has real needs, and those needs need to be fulfilled by spiritual education and spiritual experience. The soul is a part of God, and just as a part needs to be connected with the whole to be whole, similarly we need to be connected with Krishna to be spiritually satisfied. Without spiritual satisfaction, without that spiritual connection and the resulting spiritual satisfaction, without those things, no matter what else we may achieve, we will not be satisfied. Arjuna was brought face to face with this disconcerting reality when he realized that at the start of the Kurukshetra war, that even winning the war would not give him satisfaction, that winning the war would not solve his problems. So he says in 2.8, Nahi prapashyami mapanudyati chokamuchoshanamindriyanam avapya bhumava saptanam riddham rajyam suranam apichadipadyam. So nahi prapashyami mapanudyat. So he says, na prapashyami, I am not able to see how chokam uchoshanamindriyanam. Chokam, this grief, uchoshanamindriyanam, it is drying up my senses. It is causing such great distress to me that avapya bhumava saptanam riddham, that even if I get a flourishing kingdom in heaven, that will not mitigate this distress. Rajyam Suranam Apicha Dipadyam. And even if I get a flourishing kingdom like the kingdom available in heaven, still that will not pacify me. And this he states to rhetorically stress the point that he has made in the previous verse. In 2.7, he surrenders to Krishna, saying that Puchhami tvam dharma sammudha cheta yashreyasya nishchitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. So he says, I ask you, what is dharma, O Krishna? I become your disciple, please instruct me. Because I want to know what is Shreya, what is my long-term good, what will do my spirit good. So here Arjuna is stating first by asking about dharma, which will lead to Shreya, that which will lead to spiritual good, and then stating that material good, no matter how good, is never good enough. By this twofold statements, he drives home the point that he understands that material success cannot compensate for spiritual failure. Yes, this does not mean that to be spiritually successful we have to be materially failures. Just as it's not that a person has to only devote oneself to the family and not do anything else at all in society. No, both can be done, but a balance is required. Similarly, a balance is required between our material and spiritual sides. And if we think that just doing our material duties well is enough for our spiritual growth, then we stay stuck without growing spiritually. And materially, things are inevitably going to go on a downslide. And when that happens, we will be left with nothing materially, because we will lose what we have materially, and left with nothing spiritually, because we never cultivated anything spiritually. Rather than letting ourselves be subjected to such a tragedy, we can, with the guidance of the Bhagavad Gita, learn how to balance and integrate both our material and spiritual lives, and thus grow in both aspects of our life. And Krishna talks about this in 8.7 when he states, Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mamanusmara yudhya cha mayi arpitamano buddhir mame vaishyasya samshayah. He says, therefore at all times, Tasmat mam anusmara, remember me. That is referring to doing your spiritual, nourishing your spiritual side. Yudhya cha, fight. Arjuna is a Kshatriya, so his duty is to fight. That refers to taking care of our material side. And in this way, Krishna says, if you are keep your mind and intelligence fixed on me, internally devoted me, you will surely come to me. So knowing that both the material and spiritual can be harmonized, and they can be best harmonized in bhakti, we can both give both these sides our due attention, and thus move towards all-round success in life. Thank you. Hare Krishna.